All right, so we are set for final number 1 here on the AVP Tour. 16 tournaments this year, and the rules remain the same. Best 2 out of 3 games. The first game to 21 points. The third, if needed, to 15. Rally scoring, which means a point is scored for every play. You must win by 2. Stein, Metzger, Mike Lambert to open this up serving. And the block goes out. The point for Gibb and Rosenthal.
You know, that's one of the only ways to get the ball by Lambert. It's not, you're not going to get a clean hit by him. You got to use the block.
Sean Rosenthal, premier leaper, 2 career AVP wins. Would love to meet Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Now, he is athletic. Metzger, and it touches the line. 2-0, Gibb and Rosenthal. Rosenthal never played organized volleyball in high school or college. 5 top 3 finishes last year. Serving Stein so far. And Metzger with the finish. Now, 2 years ago, he was the AVP of the MVP. Mike Lambert, 4th year on the tour, the best blocker some think in the world. 7 career titles, 3 of those with his childhood idol sitting two sides next to me. None other than Karch Karaya, and he likes old school, and I don't think he meant you there, Karch. I really don't think so. Rosenthal. And the block by Jake Gibb. Gibb against Metzger, the teammates mano a mano.
As you mentioned, teammates last year, we've already seen twice Jake Gibb knowing his partner, and one of his favorite shots is the high line shot. Jake Gibb taking it away for the 2nd time. Already has 2 blocks this match.
Gibb alluded to knowing Stein very well, as did Stein throughout the week. They had 4 wins last year as a team, including opening the season with a victory here in Fort Lauderdale. Gibb to serve.
Go, Sean. And
on 2. And it works.
You know, we're talking about old school, man. I hate to beat you up, Karch, but I'm sure that he meant playing with you old school. And the reason why I say that is because, you know, Karch was able to side out over and over and over again. He did try to score points quickly, and that is old school. And that really, I think, helped Mike in developing his game.
So Stein Metzger's favorite book was about you then, St. John, Old Man in the Sea, right?
Yeah, that's right.
We're old men in the sea.
Karch, I had to protect you. I had to make it even up here.
Angle.
Rosenthal with the touch. Metzger. And Steiner with a big swing. So we are tied at 3.
And Sean Rosenthal talked about it earlier today. This is a rematch of a final at the Best of the Beach in Las Vegas from last year. We figured these teams would be in some alignment, but it turns out that Rosie wants to help Jake get back from the loss they suffered in this alignment in Vegas last year.
Rosenthal with the finish. I'll take a look at our Bud Light recap, and you should take a noteworthy look, because so many different teams, so many different dynamic duos, but still we find Metzger and Gibb once again, even though they're on opposing sides of the net, in the final here in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, Gibb, Rosenthal, you know what? They played very well throughout the tournament. They didn't have too many tough games. In fact, they didn't go 3 once throughout the tournament. So, relatively speaking, did not have a hard road to the finals.
And for Metzger and Lambert, Karch.
Well, Metzger and Lambert went 3 twice, so that could be a bit of a factor because it has been hot and humid. In fact, 24 players yesterday needed IV bags because of muscle cramping. Going 3 twice today, Lambert and Metzger could be a little sapped of energy compared to Gibb and Rosenthal really taking care of business all weekend long.
Well, there are some new teams that are worthy of note this year on the AVP Tour, including Sean Scott and Dax Holdren. Now, remember, remember, Sean Scott and Todd Rogers won the last 3 events of last year as a team. And how about the 2000 gold medalists reunited, Eric Fenoy-Moana and Dane Blanton, both coming off very disappointing seasons 1 year ago on the beach. And the legendary Karch Kiraly, this year joined by Larry Witt. And Karch will be heard from throughout the season. As always, Witt very tall, athletic, and competitive. And I think when you really talk about Blanton and Fenoy-Moana, they're back, Karch, where they want to be, and that's in the hunt.
In fact, Eric Fenoy-Moana just mentioned it a few minutes ago in the players' tent. He's glad to be back. He had a rough year last year, a few different partner changes, but it feels great to him to be back in the hunt and great to be back with his gold medalist teammate, Dane Blanton.
5th place, John Hyde, who won last year in Cincinnati with Mike Lambert. He is joined by Jeff Nygaard, who last year was with Dax Holdren. You kind of need a pen and pencil if you're really going to get all the new teams straight.
But you know what? For the most part, I think all the combinations are better than they were last year.
And you have George Romain returning with Jason Ring. George Romain was out all of last year with a back injury, so that makes the tour even that much deeper.
And a nice cut, but it's just wide for Sean Rosenthal. And Karch pointed out, St. John, that we see a lot of these changes in alignments because everybody's starting to think Olympics 08, Beijing, China.
Yeah, I think that's a part of it, but Karch, you have to really speak to Lambert, because you and Lambert were a good team, and I think Lambert wanted to play more international events, and you weren't really into playing the international.
Right, but the reason he wants to play those international events is strictly to accumulate the points toward Olympic qualification, and that starts early in 2007.
Jake Gibb, the reigning MVP of the AVP, who on a day off would love to hit the little white ball around. Well, he can hit the big white ball too, there's no question. From Bountiful, Utah, 7th year on the tour. And his first win in his first career final. And the finish by Lambert. So very even here in game 1 of our men's final in Fort Lauderdale thus far.
Now, for Karch, do you think they're going to go to Lambert that much during this game? Even though Gibb is a big blocker and Lambert's not going to hit over him, how do they match up?
No, I think they have the wind going slightly right to left across your screen, so it's a little easier to serve tough, and that serve was just missed to Lambert. I think Jake Gibb wants to go after his former partner, Steinmetzger, a lot, because we already saw him knowing some of his favorite shots.
Now that's why many believe he's the best blocker in the world.
Well, you got 2 of the very best, and Mike Lambert showing his stuff again. This is one of Sean Rosenthal's favorite shots. You'll see it right here, back over toward his left. But Lambert was all over that one. Sean Rosenthal, we've seen him over and over bury that ball straight down the line. Lambert takes it away.
So Metzger and Lambert lead 6-5. Back set. And there's the big wall again of Mike Lambert.
And that set was just too close to the net. It was right on top of that. There's really nowhere for Sean to go on that one.
Well, he tried to train strategies there and actually go for a back set because of the wind blowing a little toward the other sideline, and so he wants to get that set with the wind.
Good. And angle. Middle.
Cut. Stein with the finish. Nice back set by Mike Lambert.
And we see more of that now. I mean, the one team sets a back set, then the other team sets a back set. Karch, when we were playing together many years ago, no one ever did that.
No, I think it was just we wanted to minimize any chance for error, and the best way to do that is to do the same play over and over.
Lambert almost chased it down. And Rosenthal and Gibb get the point. 8-6, Metzger and Lambert lead in game 1 of our men's final on FSN.